Here are Grandma's 43 cornstarch hacks you didn't know worked. Tenderize meat. Have you tried coating meat with cornstarch? Apparently, cornstarch is a simple yet effective way to tenderize meat and is a secret trick often used in many kitchens. It works by coating the meat, trapping moisture, and breaking down tough fibers during cooking. To use, mix cornstarch with a little water and soy sauce to create a light marinade, then coat the meat evenly and let it sit for at least 30 minutes. Grandma said that this technique helps the meat retain its juiciness while achieving a tender, velvety texture. Try it with chicken, beef, or pork for softer, more flavorful dishes. Matte nail polish. Achieving a trendy matte finish on your nails is easy with cornstarch. It works by absorbing excess shine, giving your polish a smooth, matte appearance. Simply mix a small amount of cornstarch with your regular nail polish on a palette or piece of foil. Apply the mixture as usual and let it dry completely. The result is a sophisticated, shine-free look without the need for expensive matte top coats. Store leftover polish mixtures in an airtight container for future use. Clean, greasy surfaces. Cornstarch's fine texture makes it an excellent natural degreaser for kitchen surfaces. It absorbs grease quickly, leaving countertops and stovetops clean without harsh chemicals. To use, sprinkle a generous amount over the greasy area and let it sit for a few minutes. Then wipe away with a damp cloth or sponge. For tougher spots, mix cornstarch with vinegar to create a gentle scrubbing paste. Laundry starch. Did you know that adding cornstarch to your laundry routine can help achieve crisp, wrinkle-free clothing? It forms a light, flexible coating on fabric that provides structure without stiffness. Dissolve 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in 2 cups of water, then transfer it to a spray bottle. Lightly mist clothing before ironing to give your shirts and linens a fresh, polished finish. Stop bleeding a minor wound. A quick and easy way to manage minor cuts is by using cornstarch to help clot the blood. Cornstarch works by absorbing moisture, allowing blood to thicken and clot faster, creating a protective barrier over the wound. To apply, first clean the wound with water and gently pat it dry. Then sprinkle a small amount of cornstarch directly onto the cut and press down lightly with a clean cloth. Once the bleeding stops, rinse off the excess powder carefully. Applying a bandage afterward can help protect the wound from dirt and bacteria. Shine jewelry. Do you need a quick and natural way to restore shine to your jewelry? Cornstarch effectively lifts dirt and oils without causing damage, thanks to its fine texture. Make a paste by combining cornstarch with a few drops of water, then apply it to your jewelry using a soft cloth. Allow the mixture to dry before gently buffing it off with another clean cloth to reveal a brilliant shine. This method works well for silver, gold, and even costume jewelry. Crispier coating. Cornstarch is the secret to achieving an ultra-crispy texture in fried foods. When heated, the starch absorbs moisture and forms a light, crunchy crust that enhances the dish. To use, coat your food with a thin layer of cornstarch before frying, ensuring an even distribution. For an extra crispy result, mix it with a small amount of flour or breadcrumbs. The result is a satisfying crunch that lasts longer. Try using it for fried chicken, tempura, or crispy tofu. Can be used against an ant infestation. Did you know that cornstarch can help eliminate ants naturally? The powder clings to the ants, making it difficult for them to navigate, while ingestion disrupts their digestive system. Sprinkle a thin line of cornstarch in areas where ants frequently enter, such as windowsills and doorways. Leave it for several hours to trap the ants, then vacuum the area to remove them and any leftover powder. Mixing cornstarch with sugar can enhance effectiveness by attracting more ants to the trap. Face mask for skin breakout. Breakouts can be frustrating, but cornstarch provides a natural way to calm irritated skin and absorb excess oil. Its soothing properties reduce redness and create a protective layer to prevent further irritation. To make a mask, Combine 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with enough water to create a smooth paste. Apply it to your face, focusing on oily areas, and let it sit for 15 minutes before rinsing off. Use regularly for clearer, healthier-looking skin. Adding a few drops of tea tree oil can provide antibacterial benefits. Cake flour substitute. Running out of cake flour doesn't have to ruin your baking plans. Cornstarch offers an easy alternative. It helps lower the protein content in all-purpose flour, creating a finer, more delicate crumb in baked goods. Simply remove 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour per cup and replace it with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Sift the mixture well to aerate and blend it evenly. The result is a light, fluffy texture, perfect for cakes and pastries. Store any extra blended flour for future baking needs. Soothe diaper rash. Cornstarch provides a gentle, natural solution for diaper rash by reducing moisture and friction on the baby's delicate skin. Its fine texture absorbs excess dampness, keeping the skin dry and comfortable. Lightly sprinkle a small amount of cornstarch onto the affected area after thoroughly drying the skin. Pat gently to ensure even coverage without irritation. General household cleaning. Cornstarch is a surprisingly versatile tool for cleaning various household surfaces. Its absorbent properties make it effective at lifting grease, dirt, and stains without the need for harsh chemicals. Create a simple cleaning paste by mixing cornstarch with a small amount of water, applying it to surfaces like countertops, glass, and stainless steel. Allow it to sit before wiping clean with a damp cloth. It's a great way to maintain a clean home with minimal effort. Deodorize shoes. Cornstarch is an excellent natural deodorizer for shoes, absorbing sweat and neutralizing unwanted odors. Its moisture-wicking abilities help keep footwear dry, reducing the likelihood of bacteria growth. Sprinkle a generous amount inside shoes and leave it overnight for best results. Shake out the excess powder in the morning, leaving behind a fresh feel. For an added scent boost, mix cornstarch with a few drops of essential oil before applying. Absorb furniture polish residue. Excess furniture polish can leave behind a greasy film, making surfaces look dull instead of shiny. Cornstarch can help by gently absorbing the residue without scratching delicate finishes. Sprinkle a thin layer of cornstarch onto the surface and let it sit for a few minutes before buffing it off with a soft cloth. The result is a clean, polished look. Try using this trick on wooden furniture, glass tabletops, and even metal fixtures for a streak-free shine. Use as fertilizer. Cornstarch can be an unexpected yet effective addition to your gardening routine. It helps improve soil structure by retaining moisture and providing a slow release of nutrients beneficial to plant growth. To use, lightly sprinkle cornstarch around the base of plants and water thoroughly to allow it to integrate into the soil. This method is especially useful for retaining moisture in dry conditions. Be sure to use sparingly to avoid creating a sticky mess that could hinder water absorption. Egg replacement. If you're out of eggs, cornstarch offers a simple substitute that works well in baking. According to Grandma, it acts as a binding agent, helping to hold ingredients together while providing moisture retention. To replace 1 egg, mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 2 tablespoons of water until smooth, then add it to your recipe. This method works best in cakes, cookies, and muffins. Keep in mind that cornstarch won't provide the same leavening effect as eggs, so consider adding a bit of baking powder if needed. Relieve sunburn. Cornstarch provides instant relief for sunburned skin by soothing irritation and reducing redness. Its fine texture creates a protective barrier that absorbs excess moisture and promotes healing. Mix cornstarch with cool water to form a soothing paste and gently apply it to the affected areas. Leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes before rinsing off with lukewarm water. For added cooling relief, refrigerate the mixture before applying. Repeating the process daily can help speed up recovery and prevent peeling. Homemade slime. Cornstarch is the key ingredient in creating fun, non-toxic homemade slime that's perfect for kids. When mixed with water, it forms a unique texture known as a non-Newtonian fluid, meaning it behaves as both a solid and a liquid. Combine 1 cup of cornstarch with half a cup of water, stirring slowly until the mixture thickens to your desired consistency. Add food coloring for a fun touch. Store slime in an airtight container to keep it from drying out. Blister relief. Friction and moisture often lead to painful blisters, but cornstarch can provide relief by keeping the affected area dry. Its absorbent properties help reduce irritation and protect the skin from further friction. Sprinkle a small amount of cornstarch directly onto the blister or inside shoes to create a protective layer. Applying it throughout the day helps maintain comfort and prevent the blister from worsening. Grandma advised wearing moisture-wicking socks along with cornstarch can further aid in prevention. Crisp waffles. Achieving perfectly crispy waffles is easy with the help of cornstarch. It works by absorbing excess moisture in the batter, which creates a lighter and crispier texture once cooked. To enhance your waffle batter, replace 1/4 of the flour with cornstarch and mix well to ensure even distribution. Pour the batter onto a preheated waffle iron and cook until golden brown. The result is waffles that stay crispy longer. For extra flavor, consider adding vanilla or cinnamon. For ironing, cornstarch has been used by Grandma to create a homemade starch spray that gives clothes a crisp, professional finish. It forms a light coating on fabric fibers, making ironing easier and preventing wrinkles. To make your own spray, dissolve 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in 2 cups of water and pour it into a spray bottle. Shake well before each use and lightly mist over clothing before ironing. For best results, avoid over-application, which can leave residue behind. Help reduce chafing. Chafing can cause discomfort, especially during warm weather or physical activity, but cornstarch helps prevent it by keeping skin dry. Its absorbent nature wicks away sweat and creates a smooth barrier to reduce friction. Apply a thin layer of cornstarch to areas prone to chafing, such as thighs, underarms, or feet, before getting dressed. Reapply as needed throughout the day, especially after sweating. Pairing it with breathable clothing enhances its effectiveness in preventing irritation. Carpet freshener. Cornstarch is an effective way to freshen up carpets by absorbing odors and lifting dirt from the fibers. Its fine particles trap unwanted smells and moisture, leaving carpets smelling clean and feeling refreshed. To deodorize, generously sprinkle cornstarch over the carpet. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes and then vacuum thoroughly. For an added fragrance boost, mix cornstarch with a few drops of essential oil before sprinkling. Mask for skin whitening. Cornstarch is a natural and gentle way to brighten the skin and even out the complexion. Its oil-absorbing and soothing properties help reduce excess shine and irritation. To make a skin whitening mask, combine 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and a little honey to form a smooth paste. Apply evenly to the face, leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes, and rinse with lukewarm water. Baby powder substitute. Cornstarch is a natural alternative to conventional baby powders, offering a safe way to keep delicate skin dry and comfortable. Its fine texture absorbs excess moisture, reducing the chances of diaper rash and irritation. To use, lightly sprinkle cornstarch onto clean, dry skin, focusing on areas prone to dampness, such as underarms and diaper areas. Gently pat it in for even coverage. Avoid applying too much to prevent clumping. Using cornstarch daily can help keep the skin fresh and irritation-free. Dry shampoo. Do you need to freshen up your hair without washing? Cornstarch acts as an excellent dry shampoo by absorbing oil and adding volume. Its lightweight, oil-absorbing properties help reduce scalp greasiness and extend the time between washes. Sprinkle a small amount onto your roots, then massage it in with your fingers or a brush to distribute evenly. Let it sit for a few minutes before brushing out any excess powder. Mixing cornstarch with cocoa powder can make it blend better for darker hair. Soothe skin allergies. Cornstarch can provide quick relief for skin irritation caused by allergies thanks to its soothing and absorbent qualities. It helps reduce itchiness, redness, and inflammation by keeping the affected area dry and cool. Mix cornstarch with water to create a gentle paste and apply it to the irritated skin for 10 to 15 minutes before rinsing. Alternatively, a light dusting of dry cornstarch can provide ongoing comfort. Dust your surface. Cornstarch offers an effective, chemical-free way to dust and clean surfaces. It works by absorbing grease and grime, leaving furniture and household items looking fresh and polished. To clean, lightly sprinkle cornstarch onto the surface and wipe it off with a microfiber cloth or duster. For more stubborn spots, create a paste with water and scrub gently. Using cornstarch as a dusting agent can help maintain a clean and non-sticky surface with minimal effort. Clean stuffed animals. Stuffed animals can accumulate dust and odors over time, but cornstarch can freshen them up easily. Its moisture-absorbing properties help lift dirt and eliminate unpleasant smells without damaging delicate fabrics. Place the stuffed toy in a plastic bag. Sprinkle in a generous amount of cornstarch and shake gently to distribute. Let it sit for a few hours before brushing off the excess powder. This method is particularly useful for delicate or vintage stuffed toys. Thickening agent. Have you ever wondered how to achieve the perfect consistency in sauces and soups? Cornstarch is a powerful thickener that works by absorbing liquid and forming a gel-like consistency when heated. The starch molecules expand, creating a smooth, glossy texture without altering the flavor of your dish. To use it effectively, dissolve 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in 2 tablespoons of cold water before adding it to a simmering liquid. Stir continuously until the mixture thickens. Avoid overcooking, as it can break down the starch and thin out the sauce. Detangler. Dealing with knots in your hair can be frustrating, but cornstarch provides an easy fix by reducing friction and absorbing excess oils that cause tangles. The fine particles help smooth the hair strands, making combing effortless. Sprinkle a small amount onto dry hair, focusing on tangled areas, and gently work it through with your fingers or a wide-toothed comb. For extra conditioning, mix cornstarch with a bit of coconut oil. The result, soft, manageable hair without tugging or breakage. Keep skin yeast infection at bay. Keeping moisture under control is key to preventing yeast infections, and cornstarch does the job exceptionally well. It absorbs excess moisture, creating a dry environment that discourages fungal growth. After showering, pat the skin dry and dust cornstarch onto areas prone to moisture, such as underarms and folds of skin. Apply sparingly to avoid clumping. Natural deodorant. Cornstarch makes an excellent natural deodorant by effectively absorbing sweat and neutralizing odor. It works by keeping the underarm area dry, reducing the bacteria that cause bad smells. To make a DIY deodorant, mix equal parts cornstarch and baking soda, then apply the powder to clean underarms with a soft brush or your fingertips. For a pleasant scent, add a drop of lavender or tea tree oil. Gluten-free fried coating. Achieving the perfect crunch without gluten is possible with cornstarch. When heated, it forms a light, crispy crust by sealing in moisture and preventing oil from penetrating the food. Coat chicken, fish, or vegetables in a layer of cornstarch before frying to create a crispy outer shell. For a more textured coating, mix cornstarch with gluten-free flour or seasonings. The end result is a satisfying crunch with a tender inside. Give it a try for an easy gluten-free option. Thicken pie filling. Cornstarch is an ideal thickener for pie fillings, creating a smooth, glossy consistency that holds the ingredients together without affecting flavor. It works by absorbing liquid and forming a gel-like structure when heated, preventing the filling from becoming runny. To use, Mix 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with a small amount of cold water before stirring it into the fruit mixture. Cook over medium heat until the mixture thickens and becomes translucent. Allow the filling to cool before pouring it into the crust for best results. Glass cleaner. Achieve streak-free shine on glass surfaces with cornstarch, an effective ingredient that helps break down grime while preventing streaks. Its fine particles work as a mild abrasive, lifting dirt without scratching. To create a DIY glass cleaner, combine 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 1 cup each of vinegar and water in a spray bottle. Shake well and spray onto windows, mirrors, or glass surfaces, then wipe clean with a microfiber cloth or newspaper. For added shine, buff with a dry cloth after cleaning. Help treat powdery mildew on plants. Cornstarch is a natural solution to combat powdery mildew, a common fungal issue that affects plant leaves by forming a white, powdery layer. It works by absorbing excess moisture and creating an environment where mildew cannot thrive. To make a treatment spray, mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a quart of water. Apply the mixture to affected leaves, ensuring even coverage. Athlete's foot relief. Keeping feet dry is essential in managing athlete's foot, and cornstarch excels at absorbing moisture and reducing irritation. Its natural drying properties create an unfavorable environment for fungal growth. To use, wash and thoroughly dry your feet before sprinkling a light layer of cornstarch between your toes and inside your socks. For added effectiveness, mix cornstarch with a few drops of tea tree oil, known for its antifungal properties. Freshen musty books. Over time, books can develop a musty smell due to trapped moisture, but cornstarch can help absorb excess dampness and refresh old pages. Its fine texture draws out moisture, which helps prevent mold and mildew growth. To freshen books, lightly sprinkle cornstarch between the pages and let it sit for several hours. Afterward, gently brush away the powder with a soft cloth or a clean, dry brush. Storing books in a cool, dry place helps maintain their freshness for longer. Fluffy omelets. Do you want lighter, fluffier omelets? Cornstarch helps stabilize the egg proteins, trapping air and creating a soft, cloud-like texture. When heated, it absorbs moisture, preventing the eggs from becoming dense or rubbery. To use, whisk 1 teaspoon of cornstarch with a tablespoon of milk or water before adding it to beaten eggs. Pour the mixture into a heated pan and cook on low heat, allowing the omelet to puff up beautifully. Absorb oil stains. Cornstarch is highly effective at lifting oil stains from various surfaces by drawing out grease and moisture. Its absorbent nature allows it to break down the oil without spreading it further. Simply sprinkle a generous amount over the stain. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes, then brush or vacuum away the powder. For stubborn stains, leave it overnight for better absorption. Stain remover. Cornstarch offers a gentle yet powerful solution for removing stains from clothing and fabrics. It works by absorbing the stain's moisture and breaking down oils and grime without damaging delicate materials. To treat stains, create a paste by mixing cornstarch with water and apply it directly to the affected area. Let it dry completely before brushing off the residue or washing the fabric as usual. For tougher stains, repeat the process and allow more time for absorption. Untie knots. Tangled knots in shoelaces, ropes, or jewelry can be frustrating, but cornstarch makes loosening them easier by reducing friction. The fine powder coats the fibers, allowing them to glide smoothly apart. Lightly dust cornstarch over the knot. Work it into the strands with your fingers and gently pull at the ends to loosen it. This simple trick works on both fabric and synthetic materials, making it a handy solution for stubborn tangles. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.